Everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to your science class. So for today we are going to concentrate on some revision. So here we are going to do some revision on Unit 7, the ecosystems of forests and lagoons. So we have already covered Unit 7. So now it's revision time. Let us start. So you're going to take down important notes in your copybook. Let us start as you can see on the screen. You have the picture taken from your book, the ecosystem. Okay, you can see forests, you can see non-living things and living things together. So this is what is called an ecosystem. It relates to an environment where both living things and non-living things coexist and all depend on each other. Living things depend on other living things to live. Living things depend on non-living things also to live. And living things depend on both living and non-living things to live. Okay, it's clear? So these are main points which you need to remember. Let us revise now, learning about the ecosystem. As we just read, in an ecosystem, both living and non-living things are connected, and living things depend on both living and non-living things for survival. For example, animals depend on other animals for food. You already know some examples, such as the tiger will depend on the deer. A frog will depend on insects for food. Okay, this is how animals depend on other animals for food. You have animals depend on plants as well for food. Animals, herbivorous animals who eat only plants. For example, deer, goat, rabbit, cow. So these animals will depend on plants. Now let us see, you have some plants also who depend on animals for survival, such as plants depend on animals for pollination. You have some animals, for example butterflies, who pollinate flowers. Okay, then you have animals and plants which depend on non-living things for survival, such as water, sun, and air. These are non-living things. So, animals and plants depend on these non-living things. Let us see now some more examples. Now we come to threats to our forests. Okay, threats meaning danger. So what kind of danger do our forests face? Here you have a picture. This picture, as you all know, this is a picture of a forest fire. So this is the threats. Forest fire. One measure here, laws must be reinforced. Regular patrols need to be done by authorities. Okay, for example, now when you have forest fires, you have also the death of many animals. You have the disappearance of shelters for animals. Also, you have air pollution. Okay, so these are all threats to forests. So all these are consequences of forest fires. we are going to see more threats to our forests. The next one, you may have clearing of the land, clearing of forests for agriculture and other developments. For agriculture meaning to plant crops and also for rearing of animals, and for other developments such as for infrastructural, to build houses, housing estates, to build shopping malls. So all these are developments. So this is why forests are being cleared. Now you can see pictures of how forests are being cleared for agricultural and other purposes. Take a look at these pictures. One picture you can see how forests have been cleared to build roads. Okay, let us move on. This one you have acid rain due to air pollution. Okay, acid rain, which means very harmful gases, they are going to get mixed with the rainfall. Okay, factories should be equipped with filters to extract harmful gases so that these gases don't go up in the air. Strict measures to be taken against factory owners. So measures to be taken against the owners who do not abide by the rules, abide by the laws. So these were on the threats that forests are facing. Now we are going to see the importance of forests. How are forests important? Let us see. What are the importance of forests? Forests maintain the carbon dioxide and oxygen cycle constant. This is the very first and most important, as forests purify the air and reduce the level of carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. Next, forests are shelters for many living things. Okay, in forests you may have wild animals, endemic animals, and plants. So these forests are shelters for the living things. Forests are important ecosystems for many animals and plants. This is what we just discussed. And forests also prevent soil erosion. So when you have very heavy rainfall, the ground is going to absorb the water, which prevents soil erosion and also in some way prevent flash floods. Okay, so these were very brief notes on the importance of forests. You may take them down and you may add some more importance of forests, some more important notes. Already discussed on threats to forests and how to care for forests and the importance. Now we are going to take a look here on the threats to lagoons. So for example, you may have oil spills from boats, waste and dirty chemicals from factories all go into lagoons, so they are going to destroy the living things, marine animals and plants living in the lagoons. And then sometimes animal waste are thrown, and overfishing, which means when you are going to remove from the beach too many fish. So what happened? The big creatures do not have cannot feed on fish because there is overfishing. consequences now. Let us see. Aquatic plants and animals will die. This is the first one. Marine ecosystem will be destroyed. Coral reefs will stop growing and will be destroyed as well. And as for people, they will not be able to perform sea activities such as swimming, diving and other activities because of water pollution. Okay, these are the main points on the consequences on threats to lagoons. So how are we going to protect our lagoons? Laws must be reinforced to prevent factories, boats and people from polluting the lagoon. There must be very strict laws, and then wastewater from houses and factories must be treated before disposal. Agricultural waste must be prevented from reaching the rivers and the lagoon. And also people should be more responsible and not pollute rivers, which will in turn affect the lagoons. So this was your very brief notes on our ecosystem, the forest and lagoons ecosystem. I hope it has been a good revision session for you. That's all for today, children. Okay, you have to study very hard and revise on your unit on all the topics, okay, from the beginning till the end. So you're going to revise well as in your red book. Okay, so that's all for today. Finally, we're already completed with our book. So for now, we are going to as from our next class, we are going to do revision questions and some important notes. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a very nice weekend and study well at home. Bye bye and stay safe.